Hi, my name is Adrienne, and I am a mother of four, currently eating a lot of meat and sharing my story in hopes of helping others to discover a better way, a way that can help them heal, get better, lose weight, hit their goals, and just feel amazing. I'm just reactivating my YouTube channel now. I'm very new at this, so I'm sorry the quality is going to be cringy. I don't know how to edit, so that's going to be cringy. All of it will be cringy, but you got to start somewhere, right? This entire time for the last 6 months or so, I've been sharing my story, and the reason is because I know what it feels like. I know what it feels like to gain all your weight back. I know what it feels like for everybody to know that you had lost weight and you gained it, and then they just all think that you're out of control. I know what it feels like to lose hope and think that I can't be healthier, I can't be this thing. It just like hangs over your head all the time. And I've learned so much about the science behind our bodies and why this works, why this is probably going to work for most people, why at a minimum eating meat is going to help you feel better. But when I look at my channel, I guess where I have to start is with my CIRS journey update, because that is all that I've recorded so far. So I just want to give you guys an update on that. And there will be future videos with my history and my story. And I hope that you find something here helpful, useful, inspirational. And please feel free to share your story with me, because I find your story just as inspiring. Every day I love to watch stories, and it just feels like there just aren't enough out there. So please share your story with me. So CIRS update. It's been really rocky. It's been really hard, which is why I never talk about it, because it's so hard. I found out kind of around Christmas of 2022. I had an inkling that I have this chronic inflammatory response, and I've been real sick ever since I had the bad virus. But even prior to that, there were signs. I had infertility problems. I had no milk. I lost a baby at 20 weeks. I was chronically fatigued. My whole body was sore. I had difficulty losing weight. It's just a constant battle to not gain weight. So many different things. Really poor sleep, itchy skin, lots of symptoms. So I went carnivore. In November, I started transferring from low carb to carnivore, and then in January of 2023, I started going carnivore. I started the testing, and the appointments are really slow with chronic inflammatory response syndrome, so I didn't get my testing done, I don't think, until March. We tested the house. I might have a little bit of these dates wrong. March, April-ish. Then I knew I need to get out of this house. The house did test for having some water damage. You couldn't really see it that well. The house didn't smell of mold. But we knew that it was there because I wasn't feeling well, and the test came back positive. We had external people come in and test. They said that the house wasn't that bad, but we did the ERMI and the HERTS-ME, the dust test, and that came back positive. But their air sampling came back with almost nothing. So we ended up moving out. An insurance company came in, did a little bit of repair. I knew that they didn't do it right. They opened up the ceiling and blew fans at it. So they blew the mold spores everywhere, because the mold was actually in our ceiling. I didn't really see any cleanup, and they didn't touch anything else. So I told my husband I can't move back in. That house is worse than when it was before, but nobody would listen to me. They thought I was crazy. So I moved back in, because I was literally basically threatened that I had to move back in, because there was no other place to go. Who can afford multiple places of living? We own a 6-bedroom house on 5 acres. Like, there's no money to go somewhere else. This is where you have to go, and that the professionals fixed it. So yeah, I moved in and got about 10 times sicker than I did before. I tried to tell myself this isn't happening, this isn't happening, this isn't happening, and it did. I got sicker and sicker and sicker. I couldn't drive, I couldn't think. I like literal dementia. Started having terror, started having hallucination. I said, I can't be in here. And so we moved into an Airbnb. From the Airbnb, we moved into our camper, and I started feeling better. And then about midsummer, I started feeling worse again. And one of my symptoms was that I wasn't able to drive anymore. Not anything more than maybe 10 minutes. And then like my vision would start going and my head would start floating and my arms would go numb. And so I lost my ability to drive again. I said, there's something in here. There's something in here. And nobody believed me. There was no scent. There was no sound. There was no vision of any water damage. I just kept getting sicker and sicker and tighter throughout the summer. And the brain fog just got worse and worse. The anxiety got worse and worse. I just tried to Olympic retrain myself out of it and say that it wasn't really happening because we couldn't see anything. There was no reason for this. Towards the end of the summer, we did find 2 water leaks. And so that we did find that there actually, I am a canary, there actually was water damage in there. Honestly though, winter was coming, and around here in the winter, it's like negative 15. So we can't really live in our camper anyway. So we moved into this townhome that we're in now. And it's not perfect. I've seen a little tiny bit of water damage, but I've gotten so much better and I've stayed better to the point, like this is a 3-bedroom and there's 6 of us. So, and the ages of the kids don't really work out correctly with the room situation. So it's a little small for us, but here's the thing. I'm getting better. It's small, so it's more manageable. It's 1 level living. There's no water damage. So I'm getting better. I'm driving just fine. There's some regression of symptoms during my cycle, but it's getting better. I've continued my chlorostyramine. At the end of March, so at the end of this month, I'm going to be seeing Dr. Grunning for the first time and continue to move on, hopefully, to the next step. I'm getting stronger. There's no body soreness. My food reactions are going down. For the past year, I've been trying to eat at Buffalo Wild Wings because they cook in tallow, and both times I got food reactions. But we ate there 3 times this week. Not a single food reaction. Praise the Lord. So I'm getting better. And that is just such a gift. If you have this and you are struggling, it's probably the building you're in. And I know, it's so hard. There were times where I just pled to God and said, I have no idea how we're going to make it through this. We now have a camper payment, a house payment, renovations, and our medical is out of pocket because this type of care, this type of treatment isn't covered by insurance. So somehow he just provided. And I'm grateful to my husband for working so hard. There's been times where after work he got another job and he worked 24/7. We hardly saw him at all this year because he worked so hard to provide and make sure that we had a home. And so chronic inflammatory response syndrome is really difficult, but overcoming it is amazing, and I am so grateful. I think so many people are diagnosed with chronic chronic fatigue or fibromyalgia, MS, certain things, and in some cases, the actual root of the issue is chronic inflammatory response syndrome, and if they got out of the moldy workspace or home that they were living in and started getting treatment, they could get better. So I'd love to spread the word that you're not alone and there is a treatment and it's not experimental. I think that because of my adrenal issues, I think that the protocol is to put me on steroids. But then that bounces off. You can't give that because I have thyroid issues and that would mess up my thyroid. So there's thyroid medicine and steroids, and I don't think that they work well together. And I don't know. This is a much better route to just pull it out of me slowly through with the chlorostyramine. I also do coffee enemas quite often. Saunas are a little bit tough. I get Herx reactions. I also do cranial every single week. That's been helping. Tons of stretching to open up the lymph nodes. That's been helping. Castor oil packs so far, too strong for me. I've tried them a few times and it gives me incredible brain fog. So I gotta slow down on that. So that's the update. If you found this at all helpful, or if you have any questions, you feel free to reach out to me. But thank you for watching. I hope you have a great day.